It's a new statement from United CEO Oscar Munoz, and I think this is what people have been waiting for a full admission by the airline of just how bad the situation was when they bumped that passenger from on a flight from Chicago to Louisville on Sunday. Here is what Oscar Munoz has just sent out to his team, and they're releasing to the public. He says the truly horrific event that occurred on this flight has elicited many responses from all of us: outrage, anger, disappointment. I share all of those sentiments, and one above all, my deepest apologies for what happened. Like you, I continue to be disturbed by what happened on this flight, and I deeply apologize to the customer forcibly removed and all of the customers aboard. No one should ever be mistreated this way. He goes on to say that they are going to be doing a thorough review of crew movement, their policies, incentivizing volunteers in situations where they need to free up seats on flights, essentially when they have to bump somebody, and that they will be communicating the results of their review by April 30th. So there you have it, guys. As close as you're going to get to them finally saying, we screwed up and we feel bad about this and we're going to take action because of what happened on Sunday night. Oscar Munoz couldn't be any more clear in that statement that they truly realize now just how bad that situation was on Sunday.
Look, if this had come out within a couple of hours of the whole thing, Phil, it would have been one thing. And I think it more accurately reflects how everybody feels upon watching it. And now, is it just too late?
It just feels disingenuous here.
That's going to be the big question. You know, at some point, people will move on from this. The question is whether this is enough, or if people will look at this and say, well, sure, you got dragged through the mud on social media worldwide. Of course you're going to come out and say, oh, we feel terrible about this. I think Oscar Munoz, look, give him credit, at a minimum, they are at least saying publicly, this was terrible, what we did was wrong, the processes were wrong. Now let's see if they can take that next step and not just issue a statement, but truly come out and try to convince people that they are going to change how they operate in terms of these bumping procedures, et cetera.
Phil, the other legitimate question a lot of people have is now, I didn't even know this could happen to me. So it would also be helpful if United could explain a little bit as to whose responsibility all of this is. And I'm sure you, like most journalists, when they were calling, trying to figure out, how, you know, do you call the police? Do you call the transit authority? Is it United? How do you know if you as a passenger in the future can be forcibly removed from any aircraft in the country?
Well, look, the answer is that anybody can be removed from an aircraft if there is justification. In other words, just because you're sitting on an airplane does not mean that you cannot be removed from an aircraft. All airlines have that right. Having said that, that's not the situation we're looking at in terms of what happened on Sunday. Many people are looking at this and saying, did they really need to go this far by calling in airport security? Couldn't they have handled this better by offering more money, or by saying, look, what other ways are there to avoid this situation? So you're right. A lot of people are now saying, I didn't realize I could get bumped from a flight once I'm sitting down on it, on that plane. And not only people who travel all the time are thinking about this, but you can bet all of the airline CEOs, gate personnel, flight crews, they're giving themselves, they're thinking to themselves, okay, how are we going to handle this in the future?
Phil, one more quick question, because there's been a particular outrage in China where they feel as though perhaps he was targeted for being Asian. Is there anything that United's done with this statement or otherwise to address that specific aspect?
They don't address that. And I think United's feeling is that if they come out and try to essentially apologize profusely for what happened here, because it was how this person was handled, not because they are Asian American, but simply because of how they were handled, my guess is that they believe that that will be enough to help them get past this in terms of any backlash that they're experiencing in China and elsewhere in Asia.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.